Hey, so we just came into our house. It was rented by a Section 8 person. They lost their voucher.
Eviction is a very long process, and you will come across disgruntled tenants.
But with this government shutdown and everybody's focused on the EBT, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong. But why haven't I heard anyone talk about the fact that the government also funds housing?
Complexes have officially started the eviction process for a lot of people because of the government shutdown.
In my last video about me talking about food stamps being flawed, the system for food stamps being flawed, ruffled a few feathers.
A lot of people are so wrapped up in the no food stamp November that they are overlooking the fact that apartment complexes are starting to evict people for not being able to pay the rent.
Well, guys, here we go.
Who are you and why should I care?
Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel. Today's video, people are getting evicted because of the government shutdown.
Hey, so we just came into our house. It was rented by a Section 8 person. They lost their voucher and they lost their housing. Look at those yellow blinds. We gave this to them like brand new carpet, brand new everything. Look how it looks. Holy smokes.
Guys, this is freaking unacceptable. I have done a whole bunch of videos about Section 8 tenants, and pretty much it's the same situation with every Section 8 tenant. I said it before, 90% of people taking Section 8, they do not take care of the property. Why in the hell you're gonna live a freaking property looking like this? This is unacceptable. You are getting help from the taxpayer to live there literally for free. And this is how you treat other people's property?
Who does that?
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. It's bad. Look at that. The fuck? For the truck?
Guys, your honest opinion. I'm asking for your honest opinions right here. How somebody can live like this?
That's a great question, and one I don't know.
This is unbelievable. You are seeing it with your own eyes and you don't believe it. Like, how in the hell you gonna live in a house like this?
Today has been a long awaited day. I've had a tenant who's occupied one of my properties for the last 6 months rent-free, literally rent-free. And I'm looking forward to repossessing my home. We got an army out here for today. See, this is what happens when you got people who love you, you know? Don't go yet, yeah. Let's wait.
Despite being evicted, these tenants were not leaving without kicking up a fuss.
Yeah, that's God work right there. Hey, look, man, I'm paying you to look at the clock. Don't console her. Look at the clock. Don't console her. That's God work. That's God work. That's what you get for going. You need to be quiet. Like Mr. Officer.
Guys, are you listening to this? Somebody is just screaming on the background. This is illegal. This is illegal. Illegal is you living there for 6 months without paying a penny. That's illegal.
Just shut his mouth. He's egging the situation.
Everything is clear to go. We're going to go ahead and get started.
They've been given a limited time to clear the property of their belongings.
Everything will come out. It's going to be placed on the property. We're not going to break nothing. We're not going to throw nothing. Everything will be placed out here immediately.
I've had this tenant in particular for the last 6 months has refused to make a single payment. Eviction is a very long process, and you will come across disgruntled tenants. 6 months she ain't period, and it's just crazy.
Listen.
You'd think the police being on the scene would make this process easier, but it didn't.
That's the dog. So how long are we going to have to get it off the grass, though?
The law does not specify how long. It just says a reasonable amount of time, whatever you deem reasonable.
How you expect, somebody behaving like this? This is the type of behavior, the type of person that behave like this. They have lived in your property for 6 months without paying nothing.
This is reality. This is the real thing going on.
And then in the eviction day comes and they're just screaming and yelling. And like they said, police is on the scene. It looks like they don't even care about police or anybody.
After that, you can discard of it.
Okay. Let's just start grabbing stuff out. One area of the house. I need everybody bring some food. I have everybody get one area and we go from there.
They begin clearing the property, but the tenants just get worse and worse.
We're in the kitchen right now. Everybody
You got
in
to
the
stay with
kitchen.
it. You almost let it go.
Let me open this door. Open this door wider.
This is what happens when you don't pay your rent, when you don't pay your bills. They're gonna come and they're gonna kick you out. So make sure you pay your rent on time because you don't want to end up in a situation like this family right here. It's sad, but you cannot live for free. That's why you cannot have compassion for anybody because they were taking advantage of this gentleman right here.
Complexes have officially started the eviction process for a lot of people because of the government shutdown. And in case y'all don't understand just how deep it actually is, even if the workers were to start getting paid right now, today again, y'all do know that they still got to pay back pay for like at least this past month or month and a half that they haven't been able to pay their bills, let alone rent. So when you think about it, yes, understand just how bad it must be for people to expect that you will continue working without pay.
It is crazy, this situation with the government shutdown, and they are pretty much forcing everybody to work for free. It should be illegal. How are they going to force you to work for free?
Hold up.
Everybody has bills to pay. If you don't have savings, some type of savings to go through the whole situation, literally, people are screwed. They are losing their car. They are losing their houses. Guys, this have to be a learning lesson for everybody.
But do you not understand what it's like to get paid eventually again and have to figure out all this stuff that you about to owe from when you couldn't pay? People are losing their vehicles that they already been robbing Peter to pay Paul to make payment on before the government shut down. Now they just gonna lose it all together and probably not even gonna have enough for a down payment to get another one because the credit gonna be shot because of the other things that they
Yeah, the whole situation is a mess, literally. Situation like this, people are, trying to survive using their credit cards.
Oh no, this is much worse.
Just imagine using your credit cards to pay your bills. 29% interest rate, 30% interest rate. And some people have to, they don't have credit cards, so they have to go and get a personal loan on these freaking places that they charge you an arm and a leg.
My money.
Even 40% of interest because they know you are desperate.
Apparently, my last video about me talking about food stamps being flawed, the system for food stamps being flawed, ruffled a few feathers. But I got this comment that I'm going to pin up here. And she pretty much mentioned not just food stamps, but like the whole housing system, like Section 8. And she's absolutely correct. True story. Back when I was in college, okay, I was, my daughter was about 2 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. I was pregnant in college, whatever. I was looking for housing because I was hopping from my daughter's father's house to my sister's house, couch to couch. So I applied for housing authority in my state. And I was working at Hobby Lobby at the time. Shout out to Hobby Lobby. I was working at Hobby Lobby at the time. I filled out my application. I got a letter back and I was rejected. I called the number. I'm like, how am I rejecting? I'm a full-time student and I'm working part-time at Hobby Lobby making, I think, $9.50 per hour or just $9 an hour. I just don't understand how I got denied. Ouch. They literally told me I make 87 cents an hour too much more than I supposed to. So I make 87 cents per hour more than what the cap is.
It is real, guys. You could go over by a penny. 1 penny, they are going to reject you.
Get out of here!
They're gonna tell you, you don't qualify. You are over by 1 penny. They want you to make less money in order for you to get help from the government. You know why? Because they want you to be poor. That way they can control you.
Excellent.
A lot of people are so wrapped up in the no food stamp November that they are overlooking the fact that apartment complexes are starting to evict people for not being able to pay the rent because of the government shutdown. That shit should be fucking illegal. Not to mention that they are starting the eviction process. But even if they was to get a check today to pay their rent tomorrow or today or whatever have you, they still gotta pay back pay. They still gotta pay all of the late fees, taxes, and everything.
Yeah, that's another story. A lot of people are behind on their rents. They are behind, their car payments and who knows what else, a whole bunch of stuff. So they are getting charged late fees after late fees. So even though, like this young lady is saying, they start getting money like today, it's going to be a whole mess for them because they already have taken money from their savings account, from their credit cards, or from family members. So they have to pay that money back with interest. So this situation is very, very tough.
So basically, it's like a no-win situation for everybody who had to go to work, didn't get paid, and they still expect these people to show up as if nothing is going on in their day-to-day normal life. Are you fucking serious?
It is ridiculous. They are forcing everybody to keep working like everything is normal, but nobody's happy about the whole situation. Will you go to work without pay?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Will you go to work without pay? You are working pretty much every single day and you don't know when you are going to get a paycheck. And the bills, they keep coming and coming and coming. Non-stop, and you don't have a emergency savings account?
This is just me. Maybe I think too damn much. But with this government shutdown and everybody's focused on the EBT, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong. But why haven't I heard anyone talk about the fact that the government also funds housing? Section 8. And if they're not going to be paying out all these things, I'm talking about Head Start, school lunches, EBT for homes, everything. What about Section 8?
Exactly. That's why you are seeing a whole bunch of videos. People are getting evicted because landlords, they're not going to get paid because of the government shutdown.
We have a problem.
Any landlord out there watching this video, let me know if you have received any letter from the government saying anything that you are going to get paid or not. Let me know in the comments below, please.
And what happens if these landlords get letters stating that they're not going to get any money from the government? What do you think they're going to do? Let the people stay there and still pay the little percentage that they were paying? Or do you think they're going to want to move them out so they can start collecting their money? This shit is really starting to fall off for me. And when I say fall off, I mean, it's making more and more sense every fucking day. What exactly is going on? None of this stuff is accidentally happening. Democrats, Republicans fighting against each other. Oh, they don't want to sign or they don't want to agree, this, that, and the other. I don't believe none of that shit. I don't. I believe they came to agreement years ago.
What's really going on with the government? This was like a whole plan between both parties to have a whole bunch of people homeless and a whole bunch of people hungry.
Well, this is a sobering reality.
I think, my opinion, this situation right now, it was planned. They want to cut off a whole bunch of money from these programs, and a lot of people are suffering because of this government shutdown. And a lot of people, they're going to be homeless because of this.
And the only thing is, now they're executing exactly what that agreement was between them. People, if I told you before, I'm going to tell you again. We in some serious fucking trouble. Because imagine all the people that go hungry and then are forced to leave their homes. What the fuck is next for us?
Yeah, one thing is being hungry. You could go to the food banks and get some food, or go to the neighbor. If you have a good neighbor, they're going to be able to help you, or your family members with food. You could go. It's easier to find food than getting money to pay your rent. That's very, very tough. If you are in Section 8, it's because you need help paying your rent. There is a lot of whole bunch of people out there, taking advantage of the system. Well, that's another story. But there is a lot of people that really, really need this help to pay their rents because they don't make enough money. And some people, they are disabled and they needed the help from the taxpayer, from the government. So where are you going to get that money from if you are disabled and you cannot work? Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of homeless people in the United States. And this current administration, they make being homeless, they made it illegal. In top of the whole mess. Like, what the hell is going on? This was a plan. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation with the government shutdown, Section 8, cutting Section 8, and food stamp. People are getting evicted, and landlords, they are not getting paid because of the government shutdown. This goes on and on and on and on. So guys, if you made it this far into the video, consider subscribing to the channel. If you love content like this, please support my channel. Let's grow together. Thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this video out to more people. And like I always said, veterans, thank you for your service, and see you guys on the next video.